Greetings, listeners, and welcome to the Whip12 podcast. Tonight, I have a very special guest, Axel, and we're going to be talking about WhiteBanner. Welcome, Axel.
Hi.
Hey.
Nice to talk to you again.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much for agreeing to come back on to the podcast. The last episode we did a year ago was a blast. I really had a great time, and I appreciate you agreeing to come back on.
Yeah, I'm also happy to be here again. It's enjoying, and I also had a lot of fun last time. So. Let's see what happens today.
Yeah, well, I mean, a bunch of things happened since the last time you were on. Not the least of them, you seem to have won the whole ITS for the previous season, right?
Yeah, crazy. That's it. That seems.
Yeah, man. Congratulations are in order for sure.
Thank you. In the end, I won that. It was a pity because. We didn't have, the interplanetario. So, yeah, it was a bit strange because without interplanetario, it's just like time went passing. And in the end, it came September and you won. Okay. A bit strange, but happy for sure because it's a bit difficult to keep yourself there on top of the ITS, because when you are that high, when you lose a game, you lose a lot of points. But yeah, I think I managed well, and I had a bit of luck, I guess, also, and a bit of luck, a bit of tactics, and went fine.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that's a cool story. I have heard that, right? That once your elo gets so high, like any game in which you have a bit of bad luck or something goes wrong, it can really be punishing on that front.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not I don't know how to call it. I'm not an elo guy. I don't care too much about the elo. I just play for fun and that's all. And in the end, it was like, because I think was like about February or something like that last year. This year, in fact. This year? No, the previous one. Yeah, the previous one. Like a friend of mine told me, hey, you are up in the classification, and I was sure, because I as I said, I'm not an elo guy, and I don't follow too much the thing. I don't go I don't know, every week or every couple weeks to check where I am, and I don't mind that at all. I know that in the end, if I win many times on the tournaments, but so I guess I'll be high, but I'm never checking where I am, so it was like a bit of surprise, but that doesn't mean I'm not happy of achieving this.
Right. Yeah, it's a big one. So, on I have like personal reasons to want you to come on. Like I was originally thinking, maybe we could do an episode on OSS, because I know that's the one you played. In fact, our previous episode was on OSS, but I just saw like those Yujing miniatures you've been posting on Instagram, and they make me extremely jealous. They look extremely good, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, super cool minis. I love the conversion you made for the Heyte, right? That's he really needs a heavy rocket launcher. That's a sexy profile there.
It's like, no, please, why he has a sword pointing, the sky with that CC-15? No, please. I knew before buying the model that I was gonna cut this.
Yeah, it's not a great unit in CC, right? Whatever. No. So we were talking before. You mentioned that now at the beginning of this like new season, in N5, you're trying out different things, right? You're trying out different armies, you're trying out different lists, you're trying to see what sticks. And I thought this would be something interesting to explore a bit. Like, I'd love to know, like, how do you set up for this new season? Like, how do you decide what armies you want to play, what armies you want to explore, what profiles you want to test?
Yeah, to be honest, when that period of time when we are still playing, for example, in this case M4, and many things are like leaking and spreading among the players, new profiles, new skills, new ways of I don't know, of moving or whatever. I don't care. I don't care about all that stuff. I always wait until the season is up. And once there, I start looking some things. First of all, I go to see the major changes in ruling, because it's, let's say, be experienced with the rules and know everything, and every change gives you a point. Gives you some extra knowledge, for the games, let's say, because you know everything how it works and so. And after that, I go to the profiles, and first of all, as I think many people did, I went for my armies. Let's say I'm an left player, everyone knows, and a Eugene player. So first of all, I checked that, and I started seeing the profiles. I started trying to think about the changes, or which skills were better or worse this edition. Super jump, for example, everyone knows, and try to make a couple lists. To be honest, without any kind of, let's say, main goal of testing. Just let's put. First of all, the classic, let's say, units I was used to play. See how the new edition affected them. If they are the same, they lose, I don't know, potential or whatever. After that, I start moving some different units, testing the new ones or the new abilities to make myself like an idea of how the sectorial is. But that's it. In the end, it's like playing many games, because we are used to play here in Valencia almost a couple games per week. So just playing, and let's say feeling the way of the behavior of the new models. I don't know how. Yeah, more or less like that. I'm not let's say a theory fan. I don't think too much about this skill and this I don't know, these numbers, and with all these dices I have that chances, or I like more playing, enjoying and trying things, and after that I get the feeling of, okay, this was right or this was wrong, or I felt that I needed more punch or less or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. You just test them out, right? You put them on the field, you see how they perform, you see what you like. Yeah,
that's it. After, of course, as the season starts, for sure you start getting feedback, no? Because you start getting feedback from other players that this skill is good, or this one is worse, or I like this troop, or so that all that feedback I'll step by step I'll try to keep it on my mind, and maybe test it out later, or maybe have it into account when I play against that faction, because as more information you have, the better for the in the end for the performance. Let's say. So it's just about knowing how the balance is, trying to hide from super jumpers, and that's it. This edition.
Yeah, that's a good
fucking
one.
broken that thing.
Well, we just gotta wait a little bit more. Yeah, super jump is wildly good, right? All that extra mobility really is just super powerful, right?
Yeah, in the end, for me, mobility it's been always the one of the more important things in the game. That's one of the reasons I loved OSS, because the Dakini moved super fast.
Yeah.
So you could have a core settled in a, I don't know, in a roof or whatever, and you needed to move to another different point, like quite far on the table, and with couple orders you were there with your sniper or with your HMG shooting whatever you needed. So it was like, okay, this is the movement in the game is super powerful, that with the climbing plus and all that stuff, and always loved OSS because of that. And in this case with the super jumpers, you know what happens. My experience was like I played like 3-4 games at the starting the starting of the season, like without any kind of super jump, and the first guy with super jump I tried was the Leigong. I fielded Leigong one game and was like, what is this? I started super jumping with him, shooting everyone, and was like, this is broken. And I was like, okay, I can jump here, and now I can jump again. And my partner, my buddy said, yeah, you can. I was like, what? That poker face when I realized that was super powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very powerful, and particularly, right, since you mentioned before, it's amazing how like a Dakini is fast, right? And you can feel it. It is definitely quite a bit faster than a regular unit, and the difference is 2 inches, 5 centimeters of extra movement per order. And someone like Leigong jumps 8 inches twice, so it's he's getting like 10 inches of like 8 inches of extra movement in total. So it's wild, right? It's a brave new world out there.
Yeah, in the end, not every player in Infinity it's an experienced one. There are some that are more casual or more newbies, and I feel like this kind of units, like for example Leicon, I feel that one of these guys can just wreck the whole list of these kind of players, that are less experienced in just one turn. And it's like, something is not right here. It's not fun for me, and neither for the poor guy that's been obliterated from the table.
Yeah, because before you could kind of count on just the distance of the table to like protect you a bit, right? You could deploy further back, and just use that, but it doesn't really matter anymore when they can jump into your deployment zone very quickly, right?
Yeah. Now what I felt this last Sunday. I went to a small tournament here in Alicante. And I felt that because I think one of my strengths, I could say, and many people could agree that knows me, is that I'm used to deploy quite well. Let's say, no, I think a lot the deployment, and I put everything. Thinking of where he will come, and trying to see the points, no, and I can like say spot the weakness of the table, and deploy quite fine, and quite well, we could say. And I my feeling was like this ability I have. It's been countered by the big mobility the other troops has. I played against Rama, and Harris of how are these guys? That super jump.
Quaritch.
Yeah, that's it. We're like, okay, I counter deployed everything, and he only needed 2 orders, to fix that.
Yeah.
And the other cases maybe would have been 4 or 5, and that is half of his turn. So it's like I'm feeling that as the game gets faster, or there are many troops that are super fast with the super jump skill or with the increased movement, the deployment is like the deployment affects a bit less. It's just a bit, but that's my feeling.
Right. That's an interesting takeaway for sure. I mean, it makes sense, right? It's going to take them less orders to move around and try to avoid the traps you've set up. Since if you're going second, you're typically deploying second. So
yeah. Then I don't know if you have if happened this to you, but did you know? Do you know that feeling when you put something on the board and after that, when you start spending orders, you realize that, oh fuck, this is super wrong deployed. It's like I'm super far from what I wanted to do, or just this thing is stopping me, and I need to maybe spend 4 or 5 orders to go to the spot where I need it, and this feeling is like much less affected, much less important when you just move 40 centimeters, 16 inches in one order.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. 100%. I mean, I played you can feel it a lot. Like the difference is very large. Like for example, when I play a Sujan, or when I played a Sujan in N4, I mean, I don't think the poor Sujan is all that great in N5 right now.
It was that. Yeah, that's it. The power and the strength of the Sujan is what every super jumper has now.
Yes.
Well, we played that kitty for that, and now nobody plays that because, of course, there are super jumpers which are better.
Yeah, because you could deploy him super far back in your table and just say, I'll bring him to wherever he needs to go in my turn, right? I'll just make sure he doesn't die in during my opponent's first turn, and instead, I know that he's fast enough to get where he needs to go, right? Where other troops, you're going to have to use some of that forward deployment, even if it makes them more vulnerable, to be able to be in the right spot. And 100%, I know that feeling of like, oh shit, he's in the wrong spot, or I didn't consider I have to go around this building. It's going to take many more orders than I'd like to use, and that is a sinking feeling that kind of goes away, right? And I think it's not only for ultra fast attack pieces, it also affects specialists, because like talking about that Khepri, right? You got a Khepri doctor that can super jump 8 inches and go 8 inches, that's 16. It's like, okay, you're going to be able to get to any objective
that's
very quickly.
You can go super conservative in the deployment, go super, super, super back, and in the end, with a couple orders, you are wherever you need.
Yep. Well, let's keep an eye out, see if Corvus Belli have said that they're going to be more reactive, in N5 with updating rules and updating profiles and stuff. And let's see how it goes. Look, it's been only a couple of months with N5 so far.
Yeah, I think people talks, and I think they will do something.
Right.
I'm sure they'll do. Because if not, or Kitty will cry always in the corner.
Yeah, well, they're getting a revamp, so I wouldn't be surprised if Kitty makes a comeback.
Yeah, I mean the changes on the boarding shotgun also affected him a lot.
For sure. Yeah.
For me, was the best profile of the Kitty, the one with the boarding. Well, with the it's heavy, no? Heavy shotgun in this case.
Yes, yes. Those three, damage 16 templates were just brutal.
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, guy, I, I suggest you to dodge." Now it's like, well, shoot back, maybe win the face, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. I saw things had changed when I moved the kitty into a Mukhtar duo and shot them, and it's like, oh, I didn't kill him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mimetism and stuff is just
Yeah,
just
you could lay the templates and tank things. Now, as you can't lay the templates, they always will shoot you 90% of the times. I don't know. Not many kitties nowadays on the tables.
yeah, yeah. So, WhiteBanner.
Yeah, WhiteBanner. WhiteBanner is super fun.
Yeah. Talk to me a bit about WhiteBanner. What is it about WhiteBanner that you like? What do you think are its strengths and its weaknesses?
I think it's super well balanced in the end. I do like the factions that can lay different plans, let's say, no, on the board depending on the list, and that gets you an extra value for example, for the tournament, if there are many different missions and you need one specialist focused on one more killing stuff. I think WhiteBanner is able to do that. It has a lot of powerful stuff like Die of A, thing that kills a lot, no? Die of A, well, Hate, how it's called in English?
I think, yeah, Hate, yeah.
Hete is also really good shooting. The new, how it's called, King Gao is called. Yeah, the captain King Gao.
That's right.
Gao. That's also cool shooting. I mean, it's a plain BS13, but that BS -3 puts something. I tested a couple of things. I was not convinced on him, but after testing him, he's also immune to any kind of hacking, except the spotlight one. Well, it's also a good shooter in the faction. Super versatile Harris and duos and so it's I think it's super fun to play, and in the end it's what I'm always looking for when going for a faction. For example, in Aim 4, I can say I did place. I like a lot the Myrmidon's guys, the Steel Phalanx.
Yes.
And I didn't play too much them because I felt that they were not fun. You just move, put some Eclipse smokes there, do the things, and that's it. And it's like, well, okay, I played something super less interaction than a other regular game with other faction, and well, not the most fun game. So I played super few games with them, and in the end, with WhiteBanner, I feel the opposite. It's like super fun. They have a lot of tooling, but you have to think a bit the things, which is also entertaining during the game, and I love them. And you have kunai ninjas, which are super cool now.
Yeah, it's kind of wild, the glow up that the kunai ninjas has gotten, right?
Yeah. I was a kunai ninja fan before the change. I know they were not good, but I always thought that the hidden deployment is super powerful. So I played sometimes with them, and now with the Thunderbolt and the BS Attack T2, that profile is gold for me.
Yeah.
For I think it's 25 points or something like that. Super cheap.
It is like super cheap, and it kind of like it's even better than the sniper, right? It's weird how it's like a versatile profile.
For me, it's a beast. Sometimes I deployed him in the middle of the table, just let's say in a corner, no, in your 24 inches, just on one side of the table, and just move, and shoot everything in the back with the Thunderbolt T2. It's super crazy.
Yeah, like use them super aggressively. I remember you told me about using a what was it?
That's it.
A Krugman sniper that way, right? Or was it a Naga?
My proxy sniper also knows
Your
that.
proxy sniper, that's
tactic,
the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, also I the changes, for example, for the martial arts, put the Shaolins in a super good spot, and I do like a lot the Harris with Liang Kai. Couple Shaolins with the DA paid that 6 points, that extra point for the DA. Couple Shaolins and Liang Kai, it's super fun Harris. For maybe turn 2 or turn 3, killing stuff in the middle of the board, they are super effective, and in the end they are quite cheap orders. If you don't need him.
Yeah, Liang Kai is a beast, right? He's extremely good in close combat, and he also super jumps. But I guess if he's moving around with the Shaolins, you're going to be doing less of that.
Yeah, you super jump with Liang Kai if needed, but if not, I try to keep Liang Kai, more conservative in the back, and I like more throwing the Shaolins for the things in case you need some extra punch, because I don't know, maybe the other unit is tougher or that you can make like a move with everyone and surround the body and obliterate him from the table.
Yeah, right.
It disappears with Liang Kai.
Also, with smoke getting less precise, losing the +3, I'm guessing having the extra dice
the
on the
extra
Harris
dice
is nice.
Super needed now. I used to fail a lot of smokes with the +3, and now it's even worse. So I try to get that extra dice if possible. Yeah, because if not, it's complicated.
Yeah. So Liang Kai and the Shaolin Harris is still good, right? We already mentioned how the Kunai Ninja also got a glow up. What are other things in WhiteBanner that you like to use or that make it into your lists?
For example, the profile I liked a lot, this M5, is the Huarang. The Huarang, that IP, the Korean one, the new that came from with the reinforcements.
Yeah, that's like the heavy infantry that is good in close combat, right? I think it has. Yeah, martial arts 3, S2. They gained albedo, right? They gained albedo -3.
Albedo. And immunity critical, which is sometimes useful.
Right. Combat instinct, and and they're just like good warbandy, heavy infantry, right? With frenzy and
at 20 points with Disco Baller is super cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it links with almost everything, so you can put him in wherever you want.
That's wild, right? Because you get for 20 points, you get a heavy infantry with a shotgun, a Panzerfaust, and a Disco Baller, right? And so you've got like short range smoke, you've got long range eclipse, you've got a lot of visibility control here.
Yeah. They're super cool. In the end, I do love linking him with Jujak, with the one with the time bot and the Panzerfaust.
Mm-hmm.
And something else that shoots, for example, the Heitai. Sorry for the name. I promise I will not pronounce him properly during the whole podcast. the Heitai, for example, and sometimes I've done a coordinate of Panzerfaust and heavy rockets for taking out a guy ROE.
Right.
For example, that classic, I don't know, a sniper that has better odds than you, and so okay, here comes my Panzerfaust, and that's it. You can tank something, or you can with the, for example, with the disco, with the how is called that, the drop. How it's called in English? The thing that drops and gives you extra wound.
Oh yeah, the speedball.
Yeah. See, sorry. Thank you. That things or with a medic in the list, you can try to remove something tough on that kind of situations with that tactic of coordinating panthers of these guys, and that's it. For example, the one with the one new from the Kestrel, that neurokinetic sniper.
Yeah, the black air.
That's it. That's it. Panther Faust and bye bye Blacker.
Yeah.
And
it is still a powerful strategy, right? Coordinating these coordinated orders for eliminating like hard arrows.
It feels like a bit of kamikaze, because sometimes the guy that is getting shot back maybe is hurted or hard damaged or punished or maybe sometimes even killed. But if you don't want to face your main attack piece, it's an strategy. And in the end, if you shoot with I don't know, imagine a couple longias, a Hovarang, and a Jujak. They are always they are all like 20 something points each one, and maybe in the worst scenario you lose one of that fourth. You can repair the longias, you can maybe come back the Jujak or the Hovarang. They are tough, they are a couple wounds. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe it's not the best strategy, but I like that one.
but it gives you an option, right? And particularly when WhiteBanner maybe doesn't have like the best guns, right? Because the Hwarang is very good for the Heite, right? The Heite heavy rocket launcher is very good shooting for its cost. But at the end of the day, both the Heite and the Shangji are just no mods and decent guns, but not.
Yeah, they are. For me, they are average. Gunners.
Yeah.
Average gunners, super well balanced in terms of costs, let's say. So I don't know. I like them. I'm not. Usually, I don't need more than this. I'm not a fan of super big gunner, I don't know, the Maruts, I don't know, the Avatar, that things of that platforms that can almost kill everything. I'm not super fan of that because always you have like many points there needed for that platform.
Right. Yeah. You spread out your list, have like their capabilities spread out a little bit more. And gives you more options, I guess, on the table.
Yeah, that's it. Because in the end, in the game, you can always get a bad arrow or get some bad rolls that destroys you, or one one troop in the enemy army that come and just deletes your main piece. And if you had there like 100 points, it's like okay, I'm almost done. And I don't like that feeling, so I'm not used to play that way. I'm always trying to get the maximum benefit from the, let's say, balance, not cheaper, but balance cost the troops.
Okay. All right. So what other? I think we've mentioned the Heite, right? That's the big S5 heavy infantry that WhiteBanner got with the reinforcements, which is guided, right? I mean, I think one of the cool things about it is that, well, number one, it's super cheap, right? For what it does, it's like 37 points, so it's very well costed for what is, once you link it up, it's like a burst. 36 points, damn. Once you link it up, it's a burst 4 heavy rocket launcher, with that special dice. It's got BS attack guided, BS 14. It's a well-rounded piece.
It's cool, yeah, because in the end, it's there in a faction where you can have Gilangs, which are cool hackers, midfielders, Gilangs that has repeaters, Dokaevi, which is super known and powerful. Also, unit that can lay pictures. And it's, let's say, quite easy to play to guided things. And this unit can shoot like a HMG, but a rocket launcher, burst 4 rocket launcher body, but also can guide his shoots. And you can for sure lay in the same list the Zombae, the missile launcher guided, and you have 2 platforms that can perform guided. And with a couple hackers, for example, 1 Gilang and 1 Dokaevi, you can menace a lot the enemy with that strategy.
Yeah, that's interesting. Let's go into guided, but before I leave it, right, the Heite is also a warhorse, which is actually really, really good on heavy infantry, right? Because it means that they can only carbonite you. They can't actually oblivion you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. It's super, super powerful for me, this guy. It's I think for me it's my preferred platform when I play WhiteBanner. I'm not always playing him because I like a lot changing lists. But if I go to a tournament trying to get the best, for sure, in one list, I will have one, for sure.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about guided, right? So how do you feel guided is stacking up in N5? Because we got like a couple of like some nerfs and some buffs like all together, right? The pitchers lose their good range band, but they can shoot further on the zeros. The spotlight is now burst 2 inactive, but it has a saving roll. So I don't know. What are you? How do you feel these things stack up?
I feel more or less the same for, let's say, regular troops. But it's harder to kill tougher ones like tags and so with this strategy. So I'm using more to pick some, that specialist that will do the mission for the enemy. Maybe I pick him with the guided. And even though he's super, super, super hided, you can get him with the guided and blow him up, and that's it. And in the end, it's like I try to pick, let's say, best value objectives rather than killing the tag or killing, I don't know, the lieutenant. Also, I'm not a big fan of killing the lieutenant on that. But the specialist and the things that can do the mission, or maybe they are the big counter or the big menace for my list. I'll try to pick him on that strategy. And in the end, well, more or less, I feel like I spend more or less the same amount of orders. One less, one more. Sometimes I feel like it's almost the same for this kind of objectives.
Right. Well, I
don't
think
know the numbers. Maybe someone comes here, and no, because with the odds and the, okay, I agree. I haven't checked that. It's just a feeling.
Yeah, I think the numbers kind of stack up to more or less the way your feeling goes, right? If for things with a very high BTS, also for things that can maybe take a missile and still survive, right? Like the tags and stuff. It's definitely not as powerful as before. But I think it's really interesting that you're still finding value from like targeting and scalping out like these particular troops from the enemy's list.
And it's super cool. Make an assault pistol guided attack. It's useful, not at all, but super cool. Yeah, I've done that sometimes just for the logs, you know.
Yeah, just for the laughs. Right. Oh goodness. All right. So what other things do you think are good in WhiteBanner, right? What like you mentioned the long yes, right? Do you still think they're good defensively?
Super good. I mean, I love them. For me, they are super useful arrow pieces in order to make the enemy spend orders on killing them. And sometimes, if they fail the discover, maybe they need like 2 3 orders more to fix that, or they can't fix that, or they can't move their Harris without exposing, and it's like, wow, super super powerful for their cost. They are super good arrow pieces. In the end, I love cheap arrow pieces because they are always dead bodies when you deploy them. They are always gonna die sooner or later. But these ones in particular are for me the best. For me, I always used to. That's for sure.
Right. Very interesting. Yeah. No, and they're also mine layers. So I mean,
Yeah,
I guess that's great. If you have the SWC to spare or whatever, just
that,
that extra mine can really
that's
help
it. That's it.
with your
Yeah,
defenses.
they are super 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 good for me. And sometimes I played them as attack piece. If someone has taken you the midfield, and you can go with them, play a mine, say hello on the corner, see what happens, and in the end, if something goes not as good as planned, well, you lost 16 points. Not a big deal.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Because they are fast. Yeah,
They
6-4.
are fast, right? Right. 6'4" is fast. Like or
Yeah,
not,
yeah. For me, 6-4 is well, always has been fast. Now is not as faster as before in comparative, but
yeah. Yeah.
you can lay Bixie if you want.
That's right. That's right. You also have Big C, which
No.
Super Jump got better on her. Her pricing didn't change, but
Good.
I always liked Big C. Before in N4, and she hasn't changed that much in N5, right?
Yeah. Now it's even more. It has even more mobility because of the super jump, and that's it. But it's super cool. In the end, it's a super complete specialist, we could say.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things I really enjoy about her, right? I think she's a very fun unit to play because,
Yep.
like, she's super mobile. She's a specialist. She's got decent shooting, decent dish, but amazing close combat, right? And
Yeah.
you just need to kind of use her. If you use her well, I think she comes through very very well.
Yeah, in a missions where you need to do a lot of different, let's say, objective stuff like pushing buttons, doing cards, and so Bixie is a beast. And you can, for example, lay her just with a Shang-Chi, go with the Shang-Chi shooting with Bixie in the back, and once you are in the midfield, Bixie can do whatever she needs.
Yeah, yeah, and the fact that she's hackable kind of
Yeah.
at least gives her some sort of counter, right? You just can't rampage with her. You got to think your way around the repeaters and stuff. She's got stealth, which is really good. I don't know. I just really like playing with Big C. I think she's a
That's
blast.
why I try to use always some Gilangs. They are not the best, but they can move into some camo markers, try to discover shoot the things, and so trying to see, or if they went out from the marker state, trying to hug you, you can try to go later and kill him. I don't know. You can now switch on Bixie and super jump and kill that repeater. I don't know. There are many strategies in the end.
Yeah.
Also bringing, for example, with the sorry again the hate. Sometimes the hackers doesn't want to reveal themselves because they can't isolate you, just immobilize. Maybe it's not worth it. Trying to if for example the Dokaebi is with the hate, it's like I'm gonna try to immobilize that guy, and the Dokaebi will will kill me one order later, and it's like I feel like you can make some fire teams interesting that almost cover every weakness of each other and do a lot of stuff together. Because, for example, if you remember, the Jujak has the time bot, the team bot, the team bot
-6, yeah.
-6. Yeah, that with the Doka Heavy and the Heite is like, okay, I don't want to pop out myself to do nothing against these guys and get wrecked, one order later.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, I guess the combination of having the Dokebi, which is a good hacker with BTS6 in the unit with a tin bot is gives them both the plus burst to the pitcher and the the extra protection of the tin bot.
Yeah. We can't forget the handsome body from Eugene, Adil.
Adil, that's right. He got a big boost.
Yeah, he went super crazy with the new weapon and some abilities. He lost the triangulated. My God, if not, would have been crazy. But yeah, he got super boosted.
Yeah. I mean, the AP Spitfire with continuous damage and Warhorse and Specialist Operative. He kind of
sensor and good martial arts with monofilament and Disco Baller itself. I mean, he can go alone. It's like, okay, I'll do it. It's the new Eudoros for me.
Yeah.
The feeling is he's the new Eudoros, which is kind of shame because I hate this kind of units for the game. That unit that can shoot well, push buttons well, hide himself, everything, and doesn't need anything else. You just have to spend the whole group orders on him. Is like not the most fun and the most let's say interesting for the game, but here we have a deal, which is the new Eudoros.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see what you mean. I definitely find, I've been playing some Imperial Service, and I definitely find he's a very useful inclusion there, right?
Yeah. For me, that's it. For example, if he loses Specialist Operative, for me, is fine. The rest, but the point that he can also push buttons and activate consoles or things like that is like a bit too much.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, he can kind of like do it all, right? Because he's got.
Yeah, please bring someone with you. Don't come, don't come along to do the game.
Don't hog all the glory.
That's that. This guy, Norkias, this kind of guys, is like,
Yeah.
Because in the end, if you have someone that shoots a lot, but once cross the midfield, killing things, he can't push the buttons or push the things, and so it's like you will need to think a bit on the orders you will spend and try to manage that, or maybe don't kill as much as you wanted. But if you can do everything with that guy, it's less interesting for the game.
Yeah. Yep, I can definitely see that.
It's just my point of view. I'm not a tester or nothing like that, so it's like just my interpretation of the game, which is in the end that I'll try to. I mean, I enjoy playing Infinity because it's like you have to be super. I don't know how to call it. You have to, once you started the game, you have to adapt the strategy for the table, for the enemy, for the situations, and I enjoy that things when I find out or some good idea come to my mind. That's the things make me happy when playing. It's not winning or losing. It's I came with this. I wanna try. And that's why, for example, as I said before, didn't play before Steel Phalanx, because it was like, okay, I'll move these Harris with Eudoros, I'll do everything, I'll come back, and that's it. And game after game after game after game is always the same.
Right. Yeah. I feel that. I feel what you mean. Yeah.
But Adil is super handsome, and it doesn't matter. He can do it.
That's right. He is the pretty boy of Eugene.
I love the model too. Also.
Yeah, that was it from Betrayal, I think it was. Yeah, that Betrayal.
Yeah, the one from Betrayal is super cool.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones I painted for the satellite in Castellón. That fire team I entered in the painting comp.
Right. Okay. Is there any other unit you'd like to call out? As something you like, you use in a lot of your lists.
Well, I think the new troop, the Gudan, are interesting. Also, they are good covering some corners. They are cheap enough to be deployed. They have some camo things, and with the camo guy, you have some forward deployment, which is also cool when trying to, for example, when playing or when going to missions like with controlling zones, the one who's called supremacy and this kind of stuff. They are super cool because in the end that is powerful. They are not the easiest one to remove. They're interesting. No, don't you think?
Yeah, no, I definitely think they're super interesting, right? And also the template being a zapper is kind of the best thing you could hope for, right? That really stops an attack in its tracks, unless it's a warhorse, right? But yeah, that is a very dangerous template to have.
Yeah. It's interesting because also it's risky for the enemy. Okay, will he have heavy flame or maybe the zapper? It's like, I don't want to try and see what happens. Yeah.
I see.
I feel like Yemao needed a bit more, for example. Do you like Yemaos? Did you play WhiteBanner?
I did play them, right? I played them once to try them out. I linked the AP Spitfire with a killer hacker, and I had a really good game with them, right? The changes to super jump made them super fast, and I found that the addition of the bang bombs was pretty good at helping keep them alive a little bit more. And their visor and mimetism were useful because they didn't just die from templates. So I actually had pretty good success when I tried them out.
This is, for example, one pending things I have to. Maybe the next time I play WhiteBanner, I will lay a couple of them because the super jump thing. I never loved them. They for me were a bit overcosted for what they could do and in comparison with other things in the same faction. But now maybe with the fire team changes and so, maybe a couple are fine. I don't know. I'll have to give a try, I guess. Yeah.
I was surprised, right? I think it was particularly the lack of templates, probably the thing that helped them out the most. But I mean, I was only one game, but I did have like good experiences. I mean, I had to play them. I really love the sculpts, and it was kind of like, this is my chance. They finally got buffed.
I feel that in the end, if Kawarii now are fine or more than fine, we could say, why not Yemaos? Yeah, could be more or less the same. I mean, they are not immunity armor, but more or less the same in the end. the mimetic and multi-spectral visor, which is
Yeah.
kind of better in many cases.
They get other stuff. Yeah, and also like, you know, we were talking about the Guilangs before and you know how you use them, but they're a little bit on the expensive side for skirmishers too, right?
Yeah, they are now. I feel that they are a bit expensive. The hacker, 31 points hurts me a bit, to be honest. But are the ones we have in WhiteBanner. So in the end, if you want some skirmishers for me, because if not, what are you gonna lay? I'm not a big fan of the other one. How it's called? The Sulsa. Yeah, Sulsa is also for me expensive. It's overcosted.
Also, one use. I think it has one use camo, right? Isn't that?
Yeah.
It feels bad on such an expensive model, right? To have
Super,
it be
it's super
throwaway.
bad.
Yeah.
Because I'm always I tried him a couple times, and I'm always forced to put the killer hacker one in order to at least re camo with the cyber mask myself, because
Right.
if not, it's like a dead body.
Yeah, it's hard not to compare them to you know ninjas, which do basically the same thing and are much cheaper. Right?
Yeah. No. And I love the model, but I kind of meh on the table, and I rather go with Gilangs
Right.
for sure.
Is there anything you don't like in the faction? Right. I mean, I think we just mentioned the Salsa. Like, are any other things you really can't find a use for?
Yeah, I don't like Hunduns neither, to be honest, because I feel like I need that SWC cap points on the list, and the Hundun is like going out, shooting, failing or not, is just a heavy rocket. Maybe if you lay the template, fine, but in many cases you will not. If you play against an experienced guy, he will not move the things, in a big ball, everything close to the other. So, it's like I don't like them. They are cheap, but I rather stay with Longias, and that's it. And I after making some lists, I never feel I have that gap to lay the Hundun.
Right.
Unlike Hunduns at all, to be honest. Jinko is also beep. No.
Yeah. Not.
I like Tiangos. That's it. Yeah, I was now scrolling through through the army, and Tiangos appeared, and I do like a lot Tiangos. The killer hacker is super cool because the holo mask is super useful,
Yeah.
and they are now warhorse also. So.
Oh, interesting. Right. No, hacker warhorses are always, are always something to look out
The
for.
killer
Right?
one, the killer hacker one is super cool because you can do some fun stuff with the holo mask, which is always cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But in the end, if you see the whole, I mean, they have a lot of interesting units. They have also the classic Beast Hunter, which many people also like to throw him to the face to someone. And this kind of stuff. And there are super few units that I feel doesn't have the utility on the board. Let's say everyone can do a lot of things, and you can face the list in many different ways, which is super cool. You can lay a Dao Fei with the AP Spitfire. You can lay the Adil, King Gao, the Heitei. I don't know. It's fun. For me, it's the the best in terms of balance and in terms of fun, the best sectorial from Eugene, to be honest.
That's really cool to hear.
Well, and that's why I play them in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, they do seem to have a sweet spot in balance, right? It's not like they don't seem to be broken, but they seem to have like a ton of tools and stuff, like, good defense and offense and stuff. It seems like a fun army.
I feel they lack the classic ROPs linked with the missile or with the sniper super powerful or whatever, because it has, I don't know, multispectral visor or things like that. But now that kind of pieces are less valuable because of the second dice removed and that stuff. It's like, well, okay, they never had that, but I think they don't need that kind of, I don't know, because you have the long yards, you can lay some mines, play more, let's say, passive deployment. I don't know.
Yeah, you can defend in other ways.
Yeah, that's it. It's not needed just to put your big guy there and throw dices until the other guy loses the whole pool of orders. So.
Yeah. No, I get it. What about the wild card, right? That the Hacktow got added in to WhiteBanner. Only the hacker, and for like an extra.
Like the Hacktow hacker. I've never liked him. I don't know. Maybe now has the Great Trinity. Is this new or?
Yeah, this is new. Yeah, Upgrade Trinity is new in N5.
So maybe with the Trinity one, but I feel like it's expensive for that. I mean, I would rather go with the Daofei, for example, for doing the same, which is push things, doing classify objectives, maybe a bit of killing, but it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't played him. I'm not a big fan of the Hacktows in general. Sometimes I played the HMG one in vanilla, but they always die on my hands, so it's a bit sad.
and your play style, I guess, doesn't really jive with the tags, right? With running tags either. If you like to keep like your units and your threats spread out, then concentrating it all.
It's super strange seeing me playing a tag, to be honest. I did last tournament with the Agamenon because I painted him and I wanted to test that APHMG continuous damage, but it's super strange on me playing tags. I feel like it's super difficult to hide them from the menaces.
I see.
And in the end, we play. I think that the I can say that the many tournaments we play here doesn't have too many killing missions. Let's say we are more objectives focused. We could say on the tournaments. I don't know why, because the thing, I guess, Warcore things. So in the end, that I feel like I don't need almost never the tag in the list to do to face the tournament and the missions.
Right. Well, let's go over. You shared a couple of lists with me, so why don't we go over the lists and talk about some of the things you chose and maybe even how you play it. So these were both lists you used in the Quantorne Carajillo, right? That's the satellite that one of the satellites locally that was like a month ago.
Yeah. This one, for example, was quite focused on doing a lot of stuff rather than killing on the mission. So pushing buttons, supplies, highly classified, this kind of things. So I felt that I needed more different tools in the list rather than a big platform of shooting and killing and go brrr with everything I see.
Right. So on your first list, you have a Shangji APHMG with the Tinbot, Lei Gong, the AP submachine gun emitter zapper version, Horang, the one we talked about before with a disco baller light shotgun, and Dokaibi Killer Hacker. This is the Dokaibi normal hacker.
The regular hacker, yeah.
Regular hacker with a pitcher, right.
Yeah, this was because of the mission, because I needed a hacker to push things, and also I needed a forward observer. So I went for the Gilang forward observer, that it's a bit cheaper, and I kept the Dokaibi linked with the Shangji.
Right.
To go forward shooting, and after that, once in the midfield, do the things.
Do the objectives, right. Okay, so still in Group 1, Liang Kai and 2 Shaolin monks. We spoke before, an amazing Harris, 2 Gudans, the zapper versions, and that gives you Group 1. And then in Group 2, we have a Kunai Ninja with a T2 Thunderbolt.
The start of the tournament.
Yeah. A Guilang Lieutenant, which is an interesting choice, right? A mech engineer with a helper bot, 2 Longya mine layers, and the Guilang forward observer. So
this one was this list was much more focused on controlling zones also, because in the end you have a lot of hidden stuff, let's say. Well, not a lot, but have couple Gudams, the Kunai, the couple Gilangs, and the Longyas that you can move and put the points in the zones. They are hard to get removed easily. And after that, you can also put the big fire team with the Shangji, Huarang, and Dokaibi, which is a Harris, in one side, and the Liang Kai and Shaolin monks in the other one. So you can move the camos, take the zones, be passive, kill some things. It's like, okay. My initial idea on this list was playing Lei Gong also linked, like in a core team. But I decided not to go on that way, and I kept him always wild and free. I felt it was better, and in the end it worked better than going linked. The Gilan Lieutenant was because a couple missions gave points on killing the lieutenant. One was, I think, how it's called. It's firefight. The one that, I think it's that one. The one that killing the lieutenant gives points, but you don't reveal who is the lieutenant, which is firefight. And also because there are in M5 a lot of pieces that kills your lieutenant super easy. And if we put in WhiteBanner, let's go with the skills and put lieutenant, the options are Fanshi, which is like, okay, here's my lieutenant, Dao Fei, Gilang, Shangji, and 2 attack pieces, Qiangao or Adil. So in the end, which is the best option? I stay with that Gilang.
Yeah. I mean, it is a heavy premium, right? Because you have to pay one whole SWC for it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But you're paying to keep your lieutenant as safe as possible.
That's it. And for example, in the mission where we have to control zones on the board, I put him in the highest roof. And I moved him to control things, and also the enemy doesn't expect to have your lieutenant in the middle of the board. and nobody killed him. Yeah.
That's
And
a
that's
good
it.
one.
Yeah, in the end, I stayed on that option because I didn't want to play Kiangao in this tournament, and neither Adil. So in the end, was like a Gilang, a Fanshi, or a Dao Fei. I stayed on the Gilang side because of point costs and utility in the end.
Yeah, I mean, the Dauphin lieutenant, the problem is that Dauphin is like way too expensive to not use him, right? So it's.
Yeah, that's it. If you pay 50 points for someone, you need to get the payback of that point. So in the end, it's what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Make the Rambo with him, or stay there 2 turns and pop out third turn for what? Meh. No, I'm not a fan on that. I'm a fan if you have a chain of command, but as you know, I never played chain of command. So, meh.
Right. Well, what about Lei Gong? I mean, I think this is interesting. I think the you use the AP submachine gun emitter zapper profile. Well, I think like the most popular one is probably the multi-marksman rifle.
Yeah,
So
this was focused on turn 2 or turn 3 Rambo guy, killing things in the middle and so, because I don't want it to throw him first turn. I have other things to kill stuff on that kind of thing. And in case I imagine I go first turn, I kill the arrow pieces, I stay there, but with the counter attack, let's say, of the enemy, I lose the Sanji, because if I leave there, I leave him a bit overexposed or a bit farther out of my deployment that I wanted, they are gonna kill him. And in the end, it happened many times. So that second piece, I want to go for the midfielders that stayed there on the missions of controlling zones, was Lei Gong, because of that mission focus, let's say, related. If they wanted to put points in the zones, Lei Gong could or can go jumping and killing that stuff as close as possible, below the 8 inches thing. Because if they go to roofs or things like that, the best weapon is the closer one, not the multi.
right. No, I mean, that makes sense. He's also like so quick that for those zone control missions, you kind of like can place him wherever you want, right? That's like 30 points on any quadrant you need.
Yeah, that's it. And in the end, well, 2 emitters long range are not bad neither. So
yeah. Okay, and you told me the kunai was a star of the tournament. So tell us a story behind that.
There are many placing points, killing lieutenants, some unexpected arrows. Once he went deeper to kill something, he was a beast. It's unexpected. 25 points of poor utility on killing. And also the para things are super cool. For example, it has the climbing plus, which also helped me on removing some stuff on the roofs and this kind of stuff. I love him with the price, and if you, as I said before, move deeper him into the enemy deployment, you can start shooting things in the back with the T2 Thunderbolt, which is super crazy. And for example, place a paramine and go and pop out from the corner to say hello with your T2 pistols. I don't know. It's it's interesting, and it's kind of fun. Yeah.
I hadn't realized that the pistols are also T2, right?
Yeah, everything is T2.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. So,
That's it.
and the paramine, now that's a crazy bit of tech, right? Now,
Yeah,
what would you use
that's
that for?
I was in supplies. I think was Macon was in a corner with one box. So I went with the kunai, turn 3, paramine in the corner. I went out to say hello, and he's a bit fucked because if he gets shot with the pistol with just one wound, it goes out. And if not, if it tries to face me and loses and gets param with the mine, it also throws the box. So it was like,
Oh, right,
here's my
right.
kunai.
Yeah, yeah. You were just trying to get him to drop the box, and there's no good choice there. That's a good one. I hadn't realized that.
And also that T2 is like countering some speed drop pot things. Where drop pod? I don't know. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
We
sorry. Yeah, the
boring.
speedball. Yeah,
Yeah, the speedball. Oh my god! I'm not used to the English.
yeah.
Stuff.
To the
Yeah.
English version of the rules. Yeah.
Yeah. The speedball, because the T2 can erase you from the board without giving you the opportunity.
Right. To actually heal back up. Yeah.
Getting back. Yeah, that's it. So I enjoyed a lot the kunai, and for sure will. In fact, this Sunday we have a tournament here in Valencia, and I'm going with Imperial Service, and I will play a kunai for sure
Yeah.
in one list. The
Interesting.
one with the T2 is super good. BS12 not bad with a mimetism -6. He can kill a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah. He does seem like a kind of a flexible piece. It is surprising, right, that he's only got a shock CC weapon.
I killed an overdrone with him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he came in the middle of the board. So I just pop out with kunai just in front of him, got in CC, and after 5 orders, bye bye overdrone. Kunai, star player of the tournament.
Star player indeed. Yeah, I mean, I think just the hidden deployment shenanigans that you can do with it, right, is just
Yeah.
is just
I
fun.
enjoy a lot the hidden deployment stuff, because I try to make a story in my head of where they will come or what they will do, the enemies, I mean, and I try to put that hidden stuff, trying to wreck things, and it's super enjoying when it happens.
Okay.
Sometimes no, sometimes yeah.
Yeah. Let's take a look at list 2, right? The second
Yeah.
list you took to Carajillo. This has the Heyte with guided heavy rocket launcher +1 burst.
Yeah.
He's also got tactical awareness. I had forgotten about that. That's so good.
Yeah, it's super good. It's 36 points. It's a bargain.
It's embarrassing how good he is, right? It's really good. Then we have the Hwarang with the Disco Baller, the Jujak with the Tinbot, this time the Killer Hacker Dokaibi with his pitcher. I'm guessing like these form a core team.
Yeah, these are the 4 fire team guys.
Right. Then we've got Liang Kai and the 2 Shaolins, an Evo Hacker, and the Kunai Solutions Ninja, again with the Thunderbolt. And then we have in group 2 the Sombei, which is the guided missile bot, a mech engineer with his helper bot, 2 Longyas, one of them is a mine layer, and again 2 Guilangs, a hacker and a lieutenant.
Yeah, same. That's it. Yeah, I played here the Gilan Hacker because of the guided stuff. I'm trying to pick things with the guided and so, or with the shooting. And in the end, the Evo, I think, was because this was for, I think it was Countermeasures, the one that has done an extra order with the Evo. I'm not sure, but there are there were a couple missions that the Evo gave an extra order. I think one is Biotech Board.
Yeah, Biotech Vor, I think, does.
I don't know, but the
Yeah.
Evo was because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And in the end, there's not a big shooting guy. Well, the Hate shoots fine in the end. And if something is not fine for me to try to get and take that shot and take that face-to-face roll, you can discover pitcher and blow him with the missile launcher, for example.
Right.
I mean, there are some interesting choices here. You can kill the hackers with the Doka Heavy. It's super hard to hack back that fire team. Once you are super close, Horang can do the thing, killing the stuff. I don't know. It's like this. I to be honest, this list for me was better than the previous one, and I think was let's say more balanced. Yeah. Just because of the free removing of some interesting things with the guided.
Yeah, I have the question here. Yeah, I guess like the Guilang hacker is expensive, but I guess it's a worthy upgrade, right? Over the forward observer, it's kind of worth those extra points. So did you ever use any of the Evo hacker programs in the Pangolin?
I think nope. I think I didn't use any of him. I did one classified with him, the one that using whip with a hacker in zone of control of, I don't know which is the EVT and the HVT, I think. But no, I didn't use any program.
Right.
Was also there because I found fine and funny adding the pangolin just to menace to be a tiger because the kunai is not on the board.
Right, I see. Yeah, so they were expecting a tiger soldier. We didn't talk about the tiger soldiers, right? Because drop troopers, you hate them, right? Because I'm kind of loving drop troopers in N5.
A bit overcosted. The boarding shotgun, it's cheap, but doesn't have now template. And the one with templates, with a combi, 26, 29, nah, for me, there are better options in other armies, and I feel that I don't need drop troops in WhiteBanner. That's right. Just a feeling. It's like a resource. Well, it's fine to have them there because one day, why not? But I feel when doing the list that doesn't add anything different to my list.
Right.
In this case, the Tiger soldiers and talking about having them in WhiteBanner,
Yeah, because for example, here the Evo hacker isn't. I was thinking about the Evo hacker again, and it's like, like you don't even need the firewall, right? Because like most of your heavy infantry is in the fire team, which already has a tin bot. So
and the Hate is Warhorse. The four guys are inside the team bot, so it's like, okay, if to be honest, if you pop out to hack me, I'm fine. I'm happy on that, because I will know where your hacker is and blah blah blah.
Yeah. And I see that your mech engineer here includes the armed turret, right, with a combi rifle.
Yeah, that
What
was
is?
just because points.
Yeah, you had some
I
points
have
left
that.
over.
Yeah, I have that 3 points. I think it's difference. Yeah, 3 points. But I didn't use the turret. I think I placed one, and it just took one order from the enemy to get rid of because it's just a combi regular one. I'm not a big fan of the strategies of turrets. I know there are people that are spamming a lot of turrets, but I don't know. I don't think they are the best options in the end. And you are spending orders just on that. And in my play style, if you see for example the groups, how I put the units, I always like to have a specialist or something that can push things or do cards in group 2.
Right.
That's why I always try to put 5 or 6 orders in group 2 in order to do stuff apart from killing with, for example, turn 1 with the first group. And in the end, I feel that the people that it's placing the turrets, it's spending the whole pool of orders of the group 2 in placing turrets, recharging, placing turrets, and in the end, haven't done anything about the mission. I don't know if it is make sense.
No, it makes a ton of sense. It makes a ton of sense because that is indeed,
Maybe
what.
it stops me a bit, but 90% of the times no, because I can't even imagine if they are a MK turret and you place, and I can go a place where I can see them farther than 60. I can remove with an HMG a couple per order, and it's like you haven't done anything about the stuff of the mission, and it's not even costing me a lot of orders. I don't know. Maybe I get crit, and I you kill my piece, but it's not the regular outcome of that things.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I think you're spot on that the lists that are using turrets, right, that are making them part of their game plan are usually using those group 2 orders to fuel them, right? And if you use your group 2 orders in a different way, then
And what happens on that game plan when you don't take first, and you you have one group that does nothing apart from placing turrets, and as you went second, you couldn't place the turrets to get your defense you thought you had, and it's like you did nothing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I kind of agree. It's interesting. It's interesting. I still think there's a lot of we still have to see a lot of stuff come out. I think we're still shaking out all the different options.
Yeah, this is super cool because of that. Because I think things are not established yet, and people is coming with different lists, super different things, super different strategies, and in the end, that's what most like from Infinity. The different approaches of the strategy. Someone loves my list, someone others hates my lists. Okay, it's fine. It's just a game. I'm getting super fun with this list. I'm happy if people need to lay 2 tags to get fun of the game. It's also okay. It's just a different approach. But everyone is valid.
I love how you mentioned that. Yeah, I mean, it is funny, but people do tend to hate your lists. I mean, it's true.
A lot of people tend to hate my list. My friends here always, and it's kind of. I mean, they are super silly, because my friends, because they hate my lists, they hate my approaches, and after that, when one tournament comes, they send their lists to me and, hey, what do you think? And I say, hey, I don't like this and this and this, too much power or too much blah blah blah. And now I know. And so why you sent me your list if you don't like my approaches?
Yeah, because that's one of the funny things, right? Sometimes when your lists are shared in the global community, they're like, "What's happening in Spain?" And I'm like, "No, you don't understand. Like, people in Spain think that his lists suck too."
Yeah, that's it. No, I mean, I'm known for bringing things that are a bit strange, but
off meta, right? We'll just say off meta.
Yeah, last year, for example, I went to a tournament when I had two agemas, but both with multi, and not with the multi, not sniper. The multi and going on board, shooting things inactive. And people, what the hell? Okay, I was fun in the end. It went fine, so why not?
I remember you sent me once, I think it was last Nano Nacional, you sent me a list and was like, I'm going to play this. And it's like, you added two, what are the names? Tireos? You added two Tireos? And it's like,
Tireos, Hector, official, Myrmidon, the official guy, one, Lieutenant. Yeah, at least very strange.
Yes, very strange. Almost won that one though. Like, I think you were second.
I went second. I tied points and the other guy won because of victory in the end.
Oh my god, that would have been a good troll, right? Winning with the Tireos.
I mean, the Tireos did fine in the end because it prevented the game I played against I played this, how it's called, Decapitation.
Mm-hmm.
And Tireos just stayed in marker state, tied to my Lieutenant. So the full list of the other guy, as I saw the deployment, I see that it was gonna missile guide my Lieutenant. So I put the Tireos, I Cybermasked himself, and put him just next to my Lieutenant and was like, okay, you will not do that. So just because of that, it went fine, Yeah,
you gotta find some uses.
You know that I cheated. I cheated this last nano. I cheated on the ruling because nobody knew that rule. I'm gonna tell you one other trolling stuff. Saturday night, after the first 3 games, okay, we went to have some beers. The big community, we were like 20-something guys there having beers, and after that we went a lot of people to a Chinese restaurant to have dinner, and we were talking again about my strange lists, okay, and in this case I was with OSS, and I had the guided missile bot that was linked, so it throws 2 dice linked, 2 missiles, no? And we started talking, and we found that we realized in the dinner that the guided missile bot also has flash pulse. I don't know why. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
The OSS missile bot is the only one that has flash pulse. So if it has guided, BS guided, why not guiding a flash pulse? So during the dinner, I stand up myself on the table and said, okay, I promise that the first guy I will fight tomorrow, the second day of the tournament, it will get a flash pulse in the face guided. And it happened. So was even funnier because it was Gravity Pool. I think you know.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, you know him from YouTube. And I faced him, and I had his Maximus spotted with the spotlight, and was like, okay, I can throw you a missile or put you a shitty flash pulse that will do nothing, and that's what I was going to think. Okay, this is what I want to do, and I flash pulse himself guided, and in the end, it didn't went blinded because he created me back in arrow with the reset.
Oh shit.
But the cheating part of the story is that you can't guide a flash pulse. There's a small line in the ruling that nobody knew. neither, for example, Gravity, who was also in the DINA talking about the thing, and you are not allowed to flash pulse guided.
Oh,
which is a shit. Because I love that trolling.
so you can guide it with pistols, but you can't guide it with a flash pulse. That's interesting.
You can't guide with technical weapons.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's a pity because in the end I did a guided, but was not. It's not allowed in the end. We realized later, and in the end we were super having fun. The boards, the tables around mine stopped playing, and everyone came to see me rolling the guided. Was a super cool moment.
Right. Well, Axel, I mean, it's been a blast having you on. It's just like always.
I apologize for my English because I'm not the best talking. And
hey, I think your English is great.
I myself on this.
Right. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Any shout outs to your community?
No. The community is super cool now in Valencia. Super fun. We are a lot of people, a lot of new guys, and I'm super proud, to be honest, of the community. Also, I felt this couple satellite I went, the Valencia one and the Castellón one. I felt like people from other cities and places, the Madrid ones, the Barcelona guys, the Murcia ones that came. I feel like we are like a bit closer in terms of of community, and it's super cool because I feel like the community in Spain it's now quite closer than couple years before, and it's because in the end there's a lot of nice people. Yeah, and that's it. It's super. I'm super happy on that part, and also on the one about the community of Valencia, because we are a lot of people. We are, I think, we are 20-something guys now running a regular league. It's super cool because it have come a lot of new people.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Very exciting to hear. I know in Madrid we're also seeing an uptick with N5. We're getting some old veterans back. We're getting some new people in. So yeah, I'm also excited about the growing community.
Yeah, I'm super looking forward to go to the Interplanetario. Will you be there?
I don't think I can make it this year, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll be able to make it to Valencia though.
Yeah, you're super invited to come here.
All right. Well, everybody, this has been Whip 12, and we're signing off. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.